I'm sorry. Hello, Cortland. Okay, you can cut that out. He says in the article, the New York Times article says, Judy Richardson, and the first one was, it says Judy Richardson from Tarrytown, New York. Now, initially it said Barrytown, but then they corrected it. So the printed copy that you see up is Tarrytown, New York, and it says, kicked a cop in his stomach. Actually, it was lower. And he shows this to me, and he says, foreman says, did you really do this? And I said, I don't remember, which was true. I had no memory of this. And he said, because, it's going to hurt the fundraising. Now, he said, because people have to see us as, and he didn't even say philosophically, they have to see us as nonviolent. And this really is a bad thing, Now, he didn't say we have to stay nonviolent because philosophically that's where it's going to hurt fundraising. I felt so bad because for me, this was the most wonderful organization in the world. And if I had done something to jeopardize this, it was amazing. I just felt, how could I have done this, but I didn't know, Now, further postscript, Julian Bond and I are working on Eyes on the Prize, right? And Julian is, the mellifluous narrator, right? And at some point, I was talking to him, and because I had been on also the production of the 14 Hours, and I say to him, Julian, do you remember that cop who, remember there was that article and it said I kicked him, and do you know what happened to him? And Julian says, I swear, he says, yeah, I was in Pascal's, and Julian knew everybody in Atlanta, He said, yeah, I was in Pascal's the other day, and he was seated there for breakfast, and he talks like this now. Now, I say, because I said, oh my God, Julian. He said, I'm kidding. And he actually knew that the cop had retired, that he had however many grandchildren, and Julian wasn't making this up. He knew the officer, and knew, I guess he had risen in the ranks, and, he was whoever he was then. So that's the post thing of the Grady Memorial. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the last question. More than 4 decades have passed.
Oh, God, yes.
Participation with SNCC. How did it change you?
Oh, my time in my time in SNCC changed my entire life. It changed the way I saw the world. It changed what I wanted to do with my life. It gave me values as well as what my mother and father gave me, and particularly my mother, but because my father died on the assembly line when I was 7. It changed everything. It opened me to a world that I would never have gotten if I'd stayed at Swarthmore. I realized that there were all these amazing young people who were my age, who were changing the world as I knew it. And I often say, I thought I died and got in heaven, but I was going to be a social worker, which is a very important thing, but I'm not that, and it opened up all kinds of doors. So it's not just that I then go into all kinds of social justice work and United Church of Christ Commission for Racial Justice and police brutality, and even when I'm working in production in LA, I'm working with a group that's working against police brutality in LA, and then, there's a through line that starts with SNCC. And then I would not have been part of the 14 Hours of Eyes on the Prize if I hadn't come out of SNCC, and Henry Hampton, head of Black Side, thinks nobody knows the Black Side at that point. Maybe she can get us interviews, with people. And I knew nothing about film, so it certainly wasn't any film, experience. It was because of SNCC. And the people that I was close to back then, they're still, we talked about it's a band of brothers, and we then added sisters. So band of brothers and sisters in a circle of trust, that's still there. That has never gone away. And so when somebody like Julian passes, it's like, it's hard. It's very hard, even though it's been all these years, and we still care about each other, and we still come to each other's assistance, and the things that we're doing now. I'm on the SNCC Legacy Board, and we're doing work with Duke University, and we're doing, part of it is that we're continuing what we did, not only explaining who we were, what we did, and why we did it, but also how do you then hook up with, like, two weeks ago, we did a conference on voting rights, and how do you, and Black Lives Matter was there, and the Dream Defenders, and United We Dream, and all of these young people, activists. And it's a two-way street. We're listening to them, they're listening to us. The energy that we got from that movement continues on. And that SNCC will always be with me. I mean, it'll always be with me. You got it right?
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so we're good.
All right, thank you so